Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are back. Yes, sir. Are we on? Are we on? Welcome, welcome, welcome to Basketball Heads Live. I am your host, Glenn Pooh Harding. And oh boy, we have a very special guest. This basketball head is a legendary Queens native that founded one of the best basketball tournaments for young people in New York City. This basketball head has served 25 years as an aviator systems technician in the U.S. Army. He also attended Los Angeles Technician College on the West Coast, that is. This basketball head became a basketball coach, motivational speaker, a referee official, as well starting one of the most legendary youth basketball tournaments in Queens and in all of New York City called Bace, which stands for Be a Community Educator. This basketball head has also coached on many levels, such as Kentucky State University, Bluefield State College, ASA College, the Jamaican National Olympic Team, the Mexican Professional Basketball League, the Korean Professional Basketball League, and the University of Old Westbury. This basketball head was also an advisor for the National Pro-Am City League, trained NBA referees with the director for the Nunbetter Referee Camp with Ronnie Nunn, the then supervisor of officials for the National Basketball Association. That's huge. This basketball head Bace basketball tournament served as a wide range or services a wide range of kids of all ages. Bace has extensive experience in developing and implementing community programs. They have partnered with the New York City Parks Department, Southern Queens Park Association, and many branches of the YMCA. So you already know we're dealing with a straight legend right here. Please help me. Welcome to the show. Legendary Queens coach, referee official, and the founder of Bace Basketball Tournament, Charles Coleman.
Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Yes. You have just stepped out into the world of chaos. Where everybody goes hard. Come on. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Or go home. Never back down. You gotta hold your own. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. East Coast. Go hard. West Coast. Go hard. Midwest. Go hard. Dirty. Hurry up, everybody. Get online, buy your tickets, cause the game about to start.
Coach, good evening.
Good evening.
How you doing today?
I'm doing fine, and yourself?
I'm doing well. I'm so glad you could join me tonight because I know we both would have been at St. Francis Prep watching those games tonight.
True.
Yeah, so I appreciate you coming on the show. This has been a long time coming. I like to tell my audience out there, if this is your first time watching the program, please subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and hit that notification bell so you know when the shows are going on.
Okay.
Yeah. So I want to jump right into this, right? Who introduced you to the game, like to the game of basketball? When were you introduced to the game?
What would I introduce to the game, or when was I?
When were you introduced to the game?
Well, originally I'm from Brooklyn,
Hold
Yes.
on. That's a big salute right there. You're
Yeah.
from Brooklyn. Look at that.
I'm from Brooklyn, and if you're from Brooklyn, you know Gil Reynolds.
Yes.
Yes, Gil was a very good friend of mine, and we used to live next door to each other.
Wow. Salute to legendary coach Gil Reynolds. He was the reason why I made Lincoln as a freshman, because he we used to go to his workouts, man, and he taught us the fundamentals of the game.
Right.
Wow, this is great, coach. I didn't even know that. All right, we already getting off to a bang. Wow. So you introduced to it by Coach Reynolds, or you know about the game before that?
Well, I knew I knew Gil when he played baseball, but basketball we always, for yourself being from Brooklyn, that's part of your DNA. You got to play basketball in Brooklyn anyway. So it's from the block. Everybody starts on the block. Everybody starts in the park. Everybody starts St. John's Rec and all the other stuff we started at. So all of my friends were playing. I was playing. So
Okay. So what was it like growing up in Brooklyn during that time? Like, what I know it's a whole different Brooklyn, because it's gentrified like crazy now. But how was it back then?
it was it's similar to it is today. It was just you didn't have all the gadgets and stuff like that. But back then it was more individuals with your friends, with your blocks, and everybody. Competition was block to block and area to area. So that's how you started getting better and better. And we had coaches that really knew the game itself, but never had the opportunity to go forward with the knowledge they had of the game. So if you played for Gil, you have to play, or you won't play.
That's he said it in short words, and
Right,
Gil was a tough MFer, man. Rest his
right. I
soul,
had to
man.
clean
But
it up a little.
hey, listen, that era was such a unique era, because the community coaches had their hand in helping to, I guess, helping some of the greatest players in New York City history, right? We had community coaches all around New York City. Coach Gill just happened to be one of them. And we talking about Albert King, who was the #1 player in America in 1977, right? We talking about Bernard King. We talking about all these guys, George Johnson, all these guys that came through Coach Reynolds and was coached by him. And man, his legacy will live on forever because he touched so many guys. That's awesome. So, why is someone calling me right now? I will not be talking to you. So, what high school did you go to, Coach?
When I went to, now it was East New York vocational, but now it's Transit Tech.
That's
Yeah,
right.
it's Transit Tech now. It was East New York at that time.
That's right. Wow, look, Coach goes back, and I remember too. I remember it was Transit Tech is fairly new on the scene, but definitely East New York High School. Yep. So I see where you get the technical side from, right? Because there's a trade school, and they don't have a lot of those schools anymore. How did you get out to Los Angeles?
Well, my job took me out to be an aviation technician, and we had to go where the aircrafts are, so to fix the stuff. So I transferred out there to get another license to do more. While I was there, I was still playing ball and had a league of my own. So
Where were you playing that, Coach? Let's give me some insight on that.
you mean
Did you play?
where, where am I
You played at Eastern New York? Did you play at Eastern New York High School?
Well, in my senior year, but I was more to the technical part of the game at that time. I played to have fun,
Got you.
and I enjoyed the game with my friends and buddies and stuff like that, and the team itself. I actually made the team itself, but I preferred at that time. I didn't know, just to play and have a good time with the game itself, and you learn the game by enjoying the game. So that helped me with everything else I did in the basketball itself.
And a lot of kids need to understand that because some kids who aren't playing or getting exposure that they think they should have get upset with the game and really don't enjoy the game and don't realize that the game can provide so many different avenues other than just
True.
playing basketball.
That's true. That's
And
true.
you last longer too. You
Yeah.
know,
So,
yeah, that's definitely one to grow on for real.
mm,
So you get out to Los Angeles, right, through your job. How was it in Los Angeles? Like, what was the biggest difference you noticed as a youngster coming from Brooklyn, New York, and going out to the West Coast?
well, I wasn't a youngster when I went out there. I was when I transferred from here out there. I was already an adult with it, already an adult. So I was used to a lot of other things, and by traveling a lot, which I always did, I knew a lot of people out there itself. So I was used to the LA type. It wasn't New York, but I was used to the LA life. But I'm a New Yorker, so it was a little slow for me at that time.
Tell them wherever we go, we on our 10 toes down
Right.
and focused and locked in, and not too much surprise of anything that happens. But definitely, LA is a lot more laid back. For those of you who don't know, even it's an aggressive style that they
Right.
have today, it's still more of a laid back kind of vibe. Wow, that's awesome. And you spent some time in the army as well.
Yes.
So you spent some time in the army, then you went to college, correct?
Yes.
Oh, so now I get it. Now I get it. So this makes you a well-traveled man at this time, right?
Right.
And
Hmm.
you aviator like an aviation technician. So you was flying all over the place.
Yeah. You can say that. Yeah.
Because most guys in the army, if they just stationed at one place, but I guess since you've been working with planes, that will afford you the opportunity to be able to travel a little bit more, correct?
Right. But also when I was in the army, I also played ball in the army. That got me,
Do tell.
yes. Oh yeah. I played ball in the army. I played in Korea and Japan and Okinawa. So
Ho- Hold on, because you blowing my mind right now, Coach. You absolutely blowing my mind right now. So you really played overseas.
right. Yes. That was before they was giving the big money.
Right, right. How was that experience for you?
Well, anytime you're playing against different people, it's an experience for yourself. You take anytime you hit the court, everything is an education for you. So I can say it was easy, it was hard. This same thing is getting on the court here is just different rules. So
Got you. And when did the coaching bug hit you?
actually, I when I stopped playing, when I came back, and I was traveling and I was playing, and it hit me and said it's time to give it up because I was getting older, and a lot of things that I was doing at the time had taken me away from a lot of other things, so I couldn't play. And with everybody that retires or everybody that stopped playing, you got to know when to say when, and that's the bottom line. You have to know. And when I stopped playing, found myself just couldn't see anyone else teaching the game the wrong way in my eyesight. Not saying I was right all the time, but from the things that I've learned, I saw it wasn't prosperous for the guys that you're teaching.
Mm,
So,
wow. I'm I'm quite sure you sit down with your pen and pad and take notes for these new coaches out here, man. Because we
oh
have some great coaches out here, but a
yeah,
lot of these coaches need a lot of help, especially in the summer leagues and the things of that nature. And I know that you've
right,
been saying
right.
over the years, man. Let's talk about this, right? Because with your wide range of experience in playing Japan and Okinawa and Korea, right? How did you get involved in coaching the Jamaican Olympic team, and how was that experience?
Well, I was asked one of my players that played for me when I used to have a league called the Bace Morning Basketball League. It was geared to workers that work shifts and never had a chance to really play. A couple of players that I was coaching, and they went to Bridgeport. They went to our university, and they were on the Jamaican team. And they were looking for a coach, so they called me. He called me and asked me, would I be interested in coaching? At first, I turned it down 3 times. So, but they kept after me, and then I decided to do it.
This because like for an opportunity to coach, and was the coach in Jamaica, correct?
Right.
See, me, coach, and probably at that time, I probably just been selfish just to go out to Jamaica, chill out for a couple of months, and see actually where it goes first before I turn it down. But I guess you have, you're a man of your own rules and standards. But I'm glad you took it. And it did it bring, or once you started coaching out there, did you get a different experience and a more understanding of the game once you went out there?
Of course, I got used to the international rules, the Olympic rules. Everything was totally different. So that part of it, I had to adjust to, and really to know the rules of international basketball, of FIBA, and everything else. It's not like here in the United States, and we take it for granted. This is the way it's supposed to be all over, and it's not. So certain things that you would do here, you call your timeouts and stuff like that, you couldn't do it there at that particular time. And certain and the rules itself was totally different at that time. They've changed a lot now to go along with the NBA and the college federation rules.
Coach Haskins always talks to me about coaches that become really good coaches or great coaches once they become a referee. Is that true?
What they come great. Well,
Yeah, not saying it automatically makes you a great coach. I'm not going to
right.
say that. He said it'll make you a better coach.
It'll make you understand the rules of the game better. That makes you a better coach. You know a lot of things that you can do, a lot of things you can't do. A lot of things you used to argue at as a coach without knowing the rules. So it makes you a better coach of the knowledge of the game itself. And I know Ray very well, so I can understand what you're saying. And to I would recommend for every coach to have that, not just the referee, but to go to referees camp or something like that to learn the rules of the game. Because today I can see your high school coaches take the NBA rules, they're totally different. The college rules and the high school rules are totally different. So that gives you an idea of everything that you have to know as a coach.
Yeah, I made that mistake the other night. I was sitting in the group with a whole bunch of referees, and uh, Big O caught this block. The ball hit the backboard, and I'm saying to myself, "That's Golden, that's Golden." And the referees tapping my shoulder was like, "No, high school is different." The
Right.
ball was still going up. As long as the ball is still going up, he could pin it. Even if it had hit the backboard first, he
That's
could
true.
block it. And
Yes.
I didn't know that, right? And they
Right.
had to kind of clarify that for me. So that is a huge difference than pro rules and high school rules.
High school. Right.
Because if I was coaching that time,
Much different.
I would have been arguing like, "What the hell is going on? You guys is cheating me. What's going on?" But yeah, that is a big difference right there. That is a big difference. So, what was your first coaching job?
Ooh. See, we're going back. Ah, we're going back a long way. So my at a high level or just coaching period.
Yeah, just your first coaching job that. because you coached in
Right.
colleges, you start,
Yeah.
and that's just what you got there. You probably coached other places that you didn't even
Yeah.
put down, right?
Right. Yeah.
So let's just talk about at a high level, like that you remember, like this is my that got it going for me.
Well, I would say the really was the Jamaican Olympic team was good. Kentucky State was very good, and well, all of them were very good. The first one that on that level was I would say Jamaica, the Olympic team, the Jamaican Olympic team.
Mm. And that put you in that put you on a big stage,
Right,
right?
right.
Did you guys play against any American competition?
Well, we lost. We played like in the CARICOM. If you're familiar with the CARICOM, we lost to Belize to go to Australia to the Olympics. We lost in the trials.
Explain to everybody what the CARICOM is.
The CARICOM is the islands and the countries in the Caribbean. It's the Caribbean, all of it, and that includes Cuba too at that time. So I don't know if it's still in there or not now, but at that time it was. And you play each the Barbados, Jamaica, Dominique, and all that. So that's the trial to get to go to the Olympics.
Mm. Wow. And then you kind of transition into the college game as well.
Well, I came back. I was having because I had a lot of young guys that didn't have any place to go, so I had showcases for college coaches to come down to watch. And Winston Bennett at that time was the coach of Winston Bennett, and Tom Patterson was the coach of Kentucky State at that time, who invited me down to Kentucky State.
And what I'm getting from you is that you're such a community guy that wherever there's a need, you try to fill that gap, right? Because you want to help guys. You
Right.
create leagues to kind of help people that probably don't have no place to play or anything else to do to keep them out of trouble. Is that true?
That's true in a sense because I think as a young man, black man, white man, whatever it is, Asians, everything, you have a little problem as a teenager or whatever. There's a lot of things you want to do and don't know how. Like myself or even yourself at that age, how do I become a pro? Today, everybody want to go to NBA, but they don't know how.
Right.
You can somebody say, yeah, you can do this and do that, but they don't know how to get there. It's more to that than just playing the game. It's your personality. How do you carry yourself? How your personality and the things that you can put out within yourself. And because anytime, either as a recruiter, when I was recruiting for the Merman Group, the NBA agents, the first thing you look at a player is not what they do on the court always. It's when they walk through the door, how they prepare for it. So what the younger teenagers and stuff like that have to learn, it's not because you scored 40 points. It's how did you get into the game? Did you come in to distract your stuff? Can I use you at the next level? And so it's a lot of things that you have to teach them how to carry themselves, how to promote themselves. You understand? Because a lot of kids have a lot of talent. Every kids out here that play ball have a lot of talent, but just don't know what to do with it and how to express themselves on the court.
Man, you hit it right in the head. I was with our AAU team. We went down to Baltimore to Marquee Hoops, and congratulations to TDJ Elite. They did very well. And I had to explain to this young man who was upset because he felt like he wasn't getting the ball to score. And I had to explain to him. I was like, there's so many other things you could do on the basketball court than score, right? And he just didn't understand that. And after he kind of calmed down, he kind of realized that. And surprisingly, the next game, coach, this kid was out there diving on the floor. He was talking, he was directing, he was getting steals, he was getting assists. And he came up to me, he was like, Coach, I feel good doing the other things. Right? Because
Right.
unless you know, because they only know the scoring. The scorer is getting all the pub, the scorer is getting all the
Right.
attention, not knowing, you and I, coach, I know you seen way more
Right.
players than me, guys who could put the ball in the bucket and never get a chance to go to the NBA, never get a chance to even play in college.
That's right. That's true. That's true.
So yeah, what you saying is definitely true, man. Hits right at home. So the next thing is you start to officiate and then train officials. You like the train officials is a whole different level. And then to work with the legendary Ronnie Nunn is just amazing. Like, how did you get introduced to Ronnie Nunn?
Well, I start refereeing. I don't you're not Lester Roberts from St. John's.
Hello, I'm from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Lester Roberts and Kenny McRae, we started. He was the one that got me started in officiating.
Y'all hold on for a sec.
So yes, and Buddy Keaton and all of that.
Yes, yo. So you come from that.
So
no wonder everybody because I was telling everybody you was coming on. It was like, oh, you got the legend coming on. Like Charlie been around, but I didn't make the connection that you were from Brooklyn. You were from that camp. What I should have did, which I usually always do, is talk to Coach Haskins, who's my mentor. I should have called him up because he definitely ran it down.
Right.
Wow,
so
that's incredible.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So,
and you guys all started out in St. John's Rec.
St. John's, all around, yes.
Wow, this is amazing.
The BRC.
Yeah.
Jocko. Well, I knew Jocko when he went to school. So.
So you just went to Queens. You just went to set up camp.
Well,
what was happening? Make that connection for me.
I bought a house in Queens years ago, and that's when I got out here, and then if you stay long enough, you're gonna be there. So
that's right.
That's what I did. I got involved with everybody here, everything that's here. So.
Wow, this is amazing. So you get into officiating, right, and then you hook up with Ronnie Nunn, who was.
Well, Ronnie, I was Cecil Watkins. I don't know Cecil
Watkins. Yes, another staple, another legend. The reason why we have Citywide, right, and all that.
Right. He was the National Pro Am was his. He was had the contract with the NBA to train officials. So as I left the Jamaican team, and he knew he wanted connections down in Jamaica, and then I was coaching. He asked me to come on board with the National Pro Am to help train. So that's what I did. And I was with him about 15 years until he passed.
Wow. Now, I want to make sure I got it right. Mr. Cecil Watkins.
Right.
Did he, I know it was someone who maybe sued to make sure that Black officials be involved in coaching. What was it, high school, college, or what was the situation with that?
Well, Cecil was one of the first Black officials in the NBA, and that's his job. And he was really, and everybody that knows basketball from all over knows who Cecil was, and he was he was a pioneer of the game itself, of referees, and his job was to train officials and basically get officials into especially black officials, into the NBA. So that was the main goal that we were doing.
Wow. This is definitely I'm learning, right? And I tell people as much as I do this, the more I learn about New York City basketball, right? Because I'm always into learning. I had Bernard Bowen on the show,
Oh yeah. Hmm.
right? And we was talking about how come there's not a pipeline for New York City guys to go referee in the NBA, like it's down in Delaware, right? Like it's down in Philadelphia, where they have like a direct pipeline for referees that go into the NBA.
Well, that was the purpose of the National Pro Am,
Got you.
because we used to have tournaments in Las Vegas for the training in Texas, and all over. We had camps like that. Today they need them much more than they do. They don't have them like they used to. Like even in like you say, Delaware and Philly, all those used to come through the National Pro Am.
Mm.
Because at that time they were the only one that was certified for the NBA itself. So that was your pipeline. Like even now, Zach Zorba, who's all of them went through it. So at one point in time, I think the National Pro Am had over 20 officials in the NBA.
Yeah.
So
Well, I know only 6 officials in New York City history have been referees in the
right.
league. Yep. Shout out to Diamond in the Rough Showcase. Said my guy, OG, Mr. Charlie. Ted Portwine. Yo, that's my guy. What's up, coach? Shout out to the Bace
Okay.
organization.
Ted, the Port Wine Brothers.
That's right. That's right. Those are my guys.
That's my PowerPoint.
Yeah. Yeah. And look, when the year you started the Bace organization was the year we won the city championship. So that 1986 year is very prominent in my heart, man. So salute to the year 1986. When did you realize you wanted to start the Bace organization in 96? Because this was in the midst of the crack era.
Right. Well, because one reason that I wanted to give something for, like I say, we started as the morning basketball leagues, but guys who really didn't have any place to play. They had played the college ball and everything else, and they was just around instead of laying around getting fat. I started the morning basketball league. We had firemen, we had airline workers, we had police department, corrections, everything, and that went off very well. So after that, I started with at Roy Wilkins, and I got into with the kids itself to help them with the kids. Then everything just revolved and just developed like that.
Yeah, Ted said you've done so much within sports basketball at many different levels, but does not get the credit he deserves. This is why we got on the show tonight, Ted, for sure. I noticed that a long time ago, going up to, Eagle Academy and going to check out the tournament and just seeing and watching from afar how he's revered in the community, how much people talk about him, and how much he's helped kids. And and some of them are grown folks to this day. So definitely, man, we definitely here to give you your flowers.
So
Nah, for real.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. So how was your first couple of years putting everything together for the Bace organization?
Very hectic because I was in a learning stage myself, but I was just doing what I really wanted to do from experience from what I did. I wanted it at a professional level. I wanted everybody to respect what they did, not just to get out there and just throw it around, to respect what you're doing. That's why even with the Bace programs now, and everything we do is not just to give out awards, to let teams know we appreciate you playing. We are glad to have you in our league. Because everybody don't get picked to be in the league. You have to carry yourself a certain way, and you're not that, because you're selling not only yourself, you're promoting your kids that you have. You're showing them and everybody, we love to see a kid that's handled perfectly, handled right, and does the right things on the court and off the court, and to promote themselves. So once you do that, that's what comes back to you. Yeah, that's what comes back to you. Because once they find out and they get older, they'll come back. It's like, like Ted and the rest of them, his brother, my main man, Trevor, and all that. It comes back to you. That makes you feel good.
Yeah, I'm sitting here taking notes, man, because what we're doing here in the Bluefield Basketball League, and I know you know about Bluefield and all its years of existence.
Oh yeah.
We're going into our third year bringing the tournament back, and it's been very successful. So I go around to different tournaments and I take notes and see what everybody else is doing and try to bring it back to the neighborhood. So
That's
definitely
good.
appreciate that. So we played for his traveling team when he was at TWA back in the day. Ted played with a little bit of everybody and a little bit of everywhere. So
Right.
definitely. Wow.
Yeah.
So how important has Bace has been for the Queens community?
Well, what we do, I let everybody else say it. We won't toot our horn or nothing like that. We here to help not just our organization. We try to help other organizations too. So there's no jealousy of whatever we do. You got a program, we want to help you do what you do. We don't have to compete with you. We don't compete with anybody. We just come out and do what we do. If we can help you, we're definitely there to help you. So.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be taking you up on that for sure. For sure.
So my vice president, he's been with me since he was 12 years old.
Wow.
He played with me when he was 12 years old. Now he's my vice president, Ricardo Blake. He don't like me to call his name because he goes by Coach Doe.
Coach
But
Doe. Yep.
Coach
I
Doe,
know. If I
you're
need
right.
anything for you, I hit up Coach
You're
Doe for
right.
sure.
That's
For sure.
it. He
The mouthpiece of the organization.
yeah,
Yeah.
toot your horn for you, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Definitely. Appreciate you, Ted. Now, I did come to the college league that you had.
Oh, you're right.
Right?
Yes, right.
I just thought that was so interesting because once I saw it, I was inspired to do something. But then I saw my guy, Coach Will Holly, he's doing some of the same things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna have he does a lot with the CUNY schools,
Right.
and he has an all-star game, and now he's gonna be shooting, a documentary on it and just covering the whole thing, try to bring more attention to the CUNY schools. And I think in New York City, we let a lot of ball players get away, if not leaving the state or just going to the streets. And they could go to the CUNY schools and have a career and also get a degree, right?
Right.
But I think it's frowned upon, it's looked down upon. And how important has it been for you to do the league, and why should kids consider going to CUNY schools?
But that's the purpose of doing the league itself, so the kids that's around can see they can get there too. They are college ball players. And once they come in their own neighborhood, you can see college ball players say, hey, I can do that too. It's not just after I finish high school, I got to float around. You can go. There's a lot of competition in the CUNY schools. A lot of players there that a lot of them go because they want to go. A lot of them go because they think that's the way to go. They think that they can't go anyplace else until they find out, yes, I'm just as good as anybody else. And most of them that goes there always end up with a degree. And that's your bottom line.
Leave there with that paper so you can go make some paper.
Right.
Man, coach, the one thing I enjoy about doing the show is, you think you know about a person and about when you read their bio or you do research on them, and then more things come out, right? And it's just like now such a more deeper connection to what you've been doing and what's been going on. Because now, once I get finished with this show, I'm going to call Coach Haskins to tell him I had you on the show. And I know Coach is going to give me another rundown of stories and all the things that you've done and accomplished. And it's just going to make it even a greater story and a better understanding for myself. And say, like, we definitely appreciate you. And, Ted is a testament, and many others. I was talking to my guy, my job. He's from Queens. He went to Jackson. Actually, Atif, he played with Ted. And we were talking about yourself. Have another guy, my guy, Chris Perrin, who works with me. He's from Queens, who knows about your tournament and grew up in it. Right. So you got guys who are grown men who are participating in your league and now are professionals on a different level. And, talk about your tournament being a staple in the Queens community and how it has helped and shaped them as, from young men to being grown men. So definitely salute to you, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. So when it's all said and done, because I know you're still going,
Yeah.
how do you want to be remembered?
Oh, well, it's what's in your heart. It's what's in your heart. The way you remember me, that's okay. I can't tell a person how to remember me. They have to tell themselves how to remember. So anyway, that's as long as you remember me, it's okay. It doesn't matter.
Well, Ted said Shorty has done so much within the sports basketball at many levels, but does not get the respect he deserves. He said we played on this traveling team back in the day, and he said, "Yo, I'll toot your horn for you. Bace is the ish." So, for Ted don't cut no corners, man, and he don't say it if it's not true. So for sure, yeah,
All
for
right, thank you,
sure.
Ted.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's one thing you had to change about your journey, what would it be and why?
I don't know if I would change anything because the outcome, you don't know what's going to happen. If you had to change something, you might not have done this. So I think your life is planned for you. It comes in stages. From a youngster to a teenager to in your 20s, your 30s, it comes in stages. Everything is different. You get smarter, you get wiser, and you do better things than you did before.
That's wisdom right there, y'all. That's definitely wisdom right there. All right, Coach, before we get out of here, I like to do a little top 5 rundown for you. I'm not going to put you through the rigor, but some that we all do at the end of the show. Let's see if you can get through the top 5.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Okay, I'll try.
All right. Appreciate it.
Top 5. Top 5.
All right, Coach. Now, to your best knowledge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who would you consider the top 5 referees you came across?
Ooh, the top 5 referees. Okay, that's hard. That's hard. 'Cause I won't say they were better or worse.
Right. And listen, this is all in jest, right?
You mean on a pro level, college level, or
On any level, So you get a
okay,
wide range to pick from.
right? Well, I was Ronnie was good. Ronnie Nunn was that. I have to go with that. Ronnie Nunn's and Ooh. Uh, Lee Jones. If you know, get the new one. Zach Zorba is very good.
Mm.
Uh, I mean, that three.
Yeah. 2 more.
Terry Gilbert knows the game better than any person I really know. Terry Gilbert knows the game so well.
Where is he from?
He's from Brooklyn. I think he's from yeah. I think yeah.
Really? Terry
But
Gilbert.
he has a high IQ of the game himself. You know, and I'll leave it at that. I'm not going with the others because I know too many, and they're gonna say, "Why didn't you call my name?" So
That means they're gonna watch the show. So you only got to name one more.
I only got to name one
You
more.
only got to name one more, Coach. Once you commit to the
Okay,
top
one
5,
more.
you got to finish it.
Okay, I this is an old referee. You probably don't know Manny Sogol. He was an NBA official. Yeah,
Got you.
you probably don't know Manny Sogol.
Got you. So now I'm looking at Terry Gilbert
Mm-hmm.
right here. I would love to get him on the show.
Oh, okay.
You know, he come as high regard from you. So I think that, you know, I like you see, I had Mr. Bone on the show. I had Earl Robinson on the
Right.
show. I had a lot of referees on the show. So and the reason why I blow this whistle is in honor of referees because
Oh,
there's so much integral part of the game. I think this is where we incorporate everybody. So if I'm going to have ball players up there, I can honor referees. And if you go on my page, every now and again, I post pictures of referees who have ref games I'm at or referees in my tournament. So definitely, super
one
big
more,
respect.
Jeff Carter.
Jeff Carter. All right, since you're the OG, I'm gonna let you bring somebody off the bench. We don't usually let people bring somebody off the bench. All right.
All right.
That must be your guy. He's gonna watch the show.
Right.
Okay. I got you. Now, this is gonna be a little tough right here, right?
Okay.
We're gonna do 2 more, and that's gonna be it. Top 5 tournaments in New York City history.
Ooh.
Just from your perspective, from the time you came up, you know, until now, that you think are really quality basketball tournaments that you've seen throughout your time.
Well, the old rookie tournament was one of the best.
Hold on, before you go on, Coach, I'm gonna let you finish because I have to ask you this: who did you see play in the Rucker?
See, then you
Because I've never seen the old Rucker, and I know a lot of people that's watching. Not gonna see a lot of people because my platform goes
okay.
wide ranges, but like I've never seen the Joe Hammonds, I've never seen the P.B. Kirklands or the Dr.
Yes,
J.
I've seen them both. Earl Manigault.
Whew.
Yes, and okay. Who else? Walt Frazier was there. Earl Monroe.
In playing in the Rucker.
Yes. Will Chamberlain played there too.
Hold on, Coach.
Yeah.
You seen Wilt Chamberlain, Walt Frazier, Earl Monroe, Dr. J, Joe Hammond all play in the Rucker?
Yeah. Sure.
This is amazing to me. Man, that's an awesome sight.
Even Dave Cowens that played with Boston Celtics played up at the Rutgers.
This is why we are the Mecca of basketball, people. Do not get it twisted. This is why New York City is the Mecca for basketball all over the world. Wow. This is all right, Coach. You got 4 more. I was just caught
Oh,
up in the nostalgia. I was just caught up
oh,
in the nostalgia of the whole thing.
okay. What other? I'm trying to come up to date.
No, you take your time, Coach, because if you just want to name them all from back then, I understand. If I saw those guys play, man, that would be #1 on my list too.
Yeah, all the tournaments they had. The St. John's tournament was good. The St. John's tournament was good.
Inside or outside? Was it inside or outside?
Both, both. Outside
Wow.
was at both. It was inside and outside. And used to be Ajax tournament. in
Ajax,
Queens.
I remember that. I
Ajax,
remember that. Yes. Yes.
Ajax was good. Yes, and at Foster Park.
Foster Park. Yes.
Foster
Yes.
Park.
It's the Coach Ted Gustis area, right?
Right.
Yes.
Foster Park. Yeah. Okay.
And one more.
One more.
Yes.
Okay. That was. I would say it's. Oh, Tillery Street.
Definitely.
Mm.
Definitely. Now I'm only gonna bring this up because uh the basketball tournament I help run now. Have you ever been to Brevoort under the lights when they
Yes.
had the
Yeah, I
big
went to
games?
Yeah, right. I went there a couple of times under the lights there. So
What is it, 70s or 80s?
now you're getting. What is this? Isn't it? Some. I think later on. I think the 90s. Later on. I think.
Okay, 90. Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Got you. Okay. All right. All right. All right, Coach. Last one. Last one. Last one.
Okay.
We're gonna get you out of here. Top 5 players in New York City history. From your perspective, this nobody has ever came up here and said the same 5.
Okay. But I'm gonna go back and Connie Hawkins. Oh, Roger Brown.
Ooh, Roger Brown.
Bernard King.
Bernard King, Connie Hawkins, Roger Brown. 2 more.
Who else? That was. They're not. I was legends. I don't want to go back too far. The oh. It's pretty tough for me.
2 more. 2 more. That's
Two
it.
more. Two
2
more.
more.
Pretty
Yeah.
tough there. Jim McMillan. Thomas Jefferson. Jim McMillan. And that's a.
One more.
It's a little guy named Charlie Donovan. You probably never heard of him. He played for Erasmus High School. Charlie Donovan. You ask some of the old timers, they know who he is.
Did he play with Coach Green, that 1965 team?
He played before Carl.
Wow.
Yeah. Carl Screen is no joke either. I would put him up there too.
Wow. Look at that.
Yes. Carl Screen was one of the shootingest guys in came out of Brooklyn.
So I heard he was a great baseball player as well.
Yeah. That's his favorite sport was baseball.
Wow. Well, listen, Coach, it's been an honor and a pleasure having this conversation with you. And we like to just call them conversations. These are not interviews. Right. Man, all the things you have experienced, all the things you have done and continue to do with your amazing life. We want to say thank you and we appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate you too.
No, because not only you've been legendary in 2 boroughs, man, you legendary in New York City. So tonight, if nobody ever told you, and I know you hear it a lot, but I get to say it, Charles Coleman, New York City legend, we appreciate you and thank you again.
Thank you.
All right. I'll definitely be seeing you around, Coach.
Okay. All right.
Have a good night.
You too.
Wow. That's what we talking about, history, right? You got to appreciate those who came before you and those laid the foundation for you to do what you do. There's a lot of people that go unnoticed and they don't even look for the recognition. But when you see Coach Charles Coleman, make sure you give him his flowers and say thank you. Thank you for being a pillar in our community. Thank you for doing it the right way. Thank you for being a man of respect and a man of honor. We need more men like this. Kids, remember, he said something important. Everybody want to go to the NBA, but not a lot of people know how to get there. Everybody wants to score, but no one want to treat the game with respect. No one, not saying no one, but a lot of people don't want to show character, right? And provide all the other things that's going to make people notice them and put them in a position to become an NBA player. Even if you want to go to college, it's going to be about your character and what else you bring to the table. Hope y'all was taking notes and understand that even if you don't play basketball in high school, college, or the NBA, there's so many other things you can do in this game to help the next generation. We want to thank Coach Charles Coleman for coming on the show and doing what he did for New York City. A true New York City legend. Well, that's the Naval show. I'm about to get out of here. Y'all know what it is. I am your host, Glenn Poole Harding, and you've been watching Basketball Heads Live, the podcast on NYC Basketball History. We are the official home for New York City basketball. And as we always do around this time, peace.